All right, so this is what, 4th of November, and we are doing the oral test. How many years have GST now been implemented?
5.
Aage bhi bolo, give the related information. If you say 5 years, then tell me from where to where.
Since 2017 July.
1st of July, okay. Which Constitutional Amendment Act implemented this?
101st.
101. Which Constitutional Amendment Bill brought GST?
117. I'm guessing.
Was it 117 or 122? It's not there in my notes. It just struck me right now. You need this information also. Okay, which constitutional bill introduced the law, this bill, and which one is the actual amendment act that you already know. Which article of the Constitution deals with GST?
$271.
279.
279. Which of
A.
which? Okay, this is a statement I'm saying. Tell me whether it's correct or not. The Constitution of India defines GST. Is that correct?
True.
True. Which
Yes.
article?
246.
Yes, 246 alpha, 246A. Okay. GST is levied at every value addition point.
Yes,
True.
true.
It has subsumed many central and state indirect and direct taxes.
False. Not
Indirect.
Has it subsumed luxury tax?
Yes, sir.
It census. Yes.
Shraddha, are you confident?
The highest one.
The highest one means?
Slab.
Yes, it subsumes luxury tax. Do not mark the question in exam if you are not sure or if it is not getting eliminated automatically. And luxury tax is a state level tax or a central tax? Tell me. State level. पढ़ाई नहीं करी ठीक से. I was expecting this answer here. Yesterday you were answering so well. Okay, nowadays we see a lot of advertisements of these betting apps, you know, and lotteries, etc.
Lottery.
Are taxes on lotteries, betting and gambling subsumed?
Yes.
Yes, on state tax.
State.
Yes. Yes. Okay, good try. And state tax, yes. Nice. What about service tax?
Yes.
Yes.
And is it a state tax?
Central.
Surcharges and cesses, true or false?
Only if related to supply of goods and services.
Okay.
Yes. True.
Yes. Okay.
Both state and central.
Both center and state. Okay. So UPSC can confuse you by saying surcharges and cesses related to both production and supply of goods and services. Okay. So the law says only supply of goods and services. ठीक है, कंफ्यूज जाओगे तो नहीं ना एग्जाम में. Okay. List the taxes that are not subsumed under GST.
Alcoholic beverages for human consumption,
Good.
then petrol, diesel, ATF for aeroplanes,
Electricity.
electricity,
Good. Natural gas.
basic customs,
Natural gas also.
natural gas,
Motor spirit. It may say motor spirit. Motor spirit is nothing
petrol,
but petrol. Okay.
yes, high speed diesel,
Petroleum crude also. Okay. Petroleum crude also.
okay.
Pooja is saying basic custom duty also. Basic
Yeah,
custom.
basic customs duty.
Okay. It's not.
Advanced is included, but basic is not.
This is a very extremely important point. Okay. Advanced is included. Basic is not. The FAQs that I shared, in that FAQ, basic custom duty is not mentioned. Okay. So
In magazine, it was there.
that's fine. What I'm saying is in the FAQ, it is not mentioned. You add it. Okay. What about electricity?
No,
Which task force proposed GST?
Kelkar.
Kelkar,
Which year?
2003.
Good. Give me the details of the GST Compensation Cess Act of 2017. What was the target? What did it deal with? What is the update?
From 5 years till 5 years till 2022, if
Hmm.
there will be any shortfall in taxes or
Hmm.
revenues for the states,
Hmm.
from the 14% year-on-year increase that has been promised by the center, then that will be compensated from the fund, which will be funded by compensation cess in GST on seen goods, demerit goods, luxury goods.
Good.
The compensation, the cess has been extended till 2026,
Hmm.
but not the compensation.
Good. Good. And the biggest question now, okay, the biggest question, and this is a question which every one of you can answer. That's the beauty of this question. Are you ready for this question? Tamil, Prabha, Shraddha, Bharti,
Yes, sir.
Ambika,
Sir.
okay, Pooja and Mangai. The question
Yes, sir.
is, why are only 2 or 3 people answering the questions today? Tamil has not answered even one question. Tamil,
Yes, sir.
why are you not
I think
answering?
my preparation is not enough, sir. I have doubt.
No problem. You just say, try answering with whatever information you have. You can tell me that you are
Yes, sir.
guessing the answer, but try answering.
Sure,
The
sir.
point is, you have to put pressure on yourself. Unless you put pressure on yourself, you will not remember. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, you must. Mangai, why are you not answering?
Sir, I'm not preparing.
You will always feel this way. Always continue to feel this way unless you take the bull by the horns and you start answering whatever you can answer. Try to answer. Okay. Ambika, what is your reason? Same reason?
Sir, I haven't studied, sir.
Dekha, everybody can answer this question. I told you, this is a question which every student can answer. And the funny thing is, the answer will be the same for everyone. But it's my humble request. You already knew what is going to be asked. You already had the class, what is important, what is not important. You must make sure that you are studying, nahi to it is going to pile up, and if it is going to pile up, then there is no point in joining this course early. That's a tactical advantage which you have tomorrow. If more students join, I'll have probably only 100 seats. It depends really on the revenues. 100 seats itself for Zoom costs 1500 rupees per month subscription. And beyond that, they have like straight away 500 participants and they charge 5000 rupees for that. So I may not be able to purchase that subscription. Depends really, and if more than 100 students join, then it becomes an issue. When people, you may not, if you're not quick with joining the class, you may not be able to join it or have a live question answer session. Take advantage of joining it early. नहीं तो फिर if it becomes a burden, then दिक्कत होगी. Anyways, which tax has got the largest share since the passing of the GST in the government's kitty for center government? Which tax share in terms of indirect taxes is the largest
GST.
GST.
for the states
GST.
on average?
GST.
Second largest?
Excise.
Second largest is excise. No, petroleum
For
products.
petroleum.
Petroleum products बोल रहे हैं second largest. Second largest is important, okay? GST
Petroleum.
largest है. It may be asked, may not be asked, but certainly you need to know which is the second largest and just be sure whether it is excise. At least according to the map that we have, this diagram, it is petroleum products, not excise. Inflation targeting. What is the target inflation?
2 to 6%, lower and upper of CPI headline.
What is the target CPI? That is my question. I didn't ask the range. Target CPI is 4%.
4%.
4% they'll try to manage. Plus or minus 2 is the range. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
be
4%.
careful with the language of the question. Which committee is associated with this whole monetary policy framework?
Urjit Patel 2014.
Oh, good. Very nice. When was the monetary policy framework signed?
2016.
2016.
15.
Okay.
RBI Act had to be amended to make this whole inflation target thing work. True or false?
True.
True, sir.
True, sir.
And this was amended in 2016.
Yes.
Yeah. So 14, 15, 16, 3 years we have. 14 is the committee, 15 is the signing of the agreement, and 16 is the amending of the RBI Act. Inflation target is set for how many years?
5 years. 5.
It is set by the government.
Yes. In consultation with RBI.
Government plus RBI.
If it says it is set by the government, it becomes an incorrect statement. RBI role has to be there.
They could, in fact, I would get it wrong, I think, if they say set by RBI. I would
Yes.
mark it as true. मैंने इसको
No,
red
no.
में highlight किया.
Even if it says either it is GOI or RBI, if it is not mentioning the other, then it is wrong. Okay. If the inflation target is not met for how many consecutive quarters, will the RBI have to produce 3 quarters?
Yes.
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 3 quarters means how many months?
9.
9 months.
UPSC can play here. It can say 9 months or 12 months, or it can, with quarters, there's a more difficult chance of playing because you'll remember 3 quarters. With months, it can play. Okay. What is the term of the members that are appointed by the central government to the MPC?
4.
Can they be reappointed?
No.
No.
Good. And the government, the Ministry of Finance nominates the government appointees to the MPC. True or false?
False.
False.
Also.
Or what is the correct statement?
There is a search cum selection committee.
Good. There's a search cum selection committee that will give the names. Okay. And this search cum selection committee has RBI representation. True or false?
True.
True. True, sir.
Governor or deputy.
Only the governor or the deputy governor. It has to be either the governor or the deputy governor. Okay, no other person. How many members the MPC has?
6.
6 members.
How many are from RBI?
3.
3
Who are
each.
these?
RBI governor, deputy governor, and another
Another
person
officer nominated by the government.
by governor.
Are these 3 ex officio members of the MPC?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the age limit for the 3 central government members?
70
70, sir.
odd.
Is it 70 or less than 70?
70.
Less than.
It is less than 70.
Okay.
They should be less than 70 years. Okay. Can they be public servants?
No.
Can they be MPs or MLAs?
No.
No, sir.
Can they have up to 180 days of jail?
Yes.
Okay. Up to is not exactly a correct statement. I intended, I would purposely I didn't say less than 180, then it
Less than.
makes
Maximum
the
2
answer
years,
more
isn't it, sir?
obvious. No, 180 days.
Okay.
180 days means 6 months, huh? So 180 days or more. Okay. So it has to be maximum 179 days. If it is 179 days jail, then they can be a member. If it is 180 days or more, then they cannot be a member. The decision of the MPC is binding on the RBI. True or false?
True.
Good. इसमें तो कुछ सोचने की बात ही नहीं है ना. If it is not
It
binding,
is-
then what is the whole purpose of creating this MPC?
Yeah.
And the 3/4 thing also is quite telling.
Okay. How many meetings of the MPC, how many mandatory meetings must be there of the MPC in a year?
4.
Minimum 4.
Yes, sir. At least 4 years. Sir.
Good. Yes, Pooja, right. What is the quorum of the meeting of these MPCs?
At least
3.
Hmm?
50%. 3.
3,
50%.
4, no?
4,
4.
4.
4. And at least one of the 4 has
Governor
to
or
be
deputy governor.
governor or deputy governor. So this means every meeting of the MPC must be attended by the governor. Would be a false statement. But every ministry will be attended by either the governor or the deputy governor is the correct statement. Each member of the MPC has got one vote.
Yes.
Yes, sir. True.
The vote of MPC meeting is done secretly. It's a secret ballot.
No, no,
No.
secret vote.
They have
False.
to report why they voted.
Yes, they have to give
This
in
way.
writing, but the whole vote, they don't have to disclose the reasons. Okay, so
Confidential.
yes, the meeting and the
Meeting is
all proceedings are confidential, but the voting, they have to give in writing why, who is voting and why they are voting. What is the frequency of the monetary policy report?
Every 6 months?
Is it a guess?
No, sir.
You're taking very long to answer that. Yes, you're right. Good. If it is not a guess, shabash. Sahi line pe ho. And what will be the content of this monetary policy report?
Forecast for the next
Source of inflation?
source.
And forecast, सही बोल रहे हो, कब तक? What is the duration?
6 months to
18 months.
6 to 18 months. So half a year to 1.5 years. What will be the purpose of the Financial Services Institution Bureau?
It will replace the bank boards.
Purpose बताओ ना. Job क्या करेगा?
It will recommend the appointment and termination of directors, managers
Okay. What else?
for banks.
It will recommend part-time and whole-time directors as well as non-executive chairpersons. True or false?
True.
True.
Everybody? True?
Yeah, true.
Not sure, sir.
Okay. It's false. It is not part-time. Whole-time directors. Whole-time directors, non-executive chairpersons. It deals with PSBs, that is banks, insurance sectors, as well as financial institutions. True or false?
True.
True. True, sir.
Good. It was recommended by the PJ Nayak committee.
Yes.
True?
True, sir.
False. The Bank Board Bureau was recommended by the PJ Nayak committee. Try करोगे या तो सही होगा या गलत होगा. If it is wrong, you will remember it. Okay, but try. That is most important. सही और गलत मैटर नहीं करता. The chairperson of the FSIB is nominated by the RBI. True or false?
True, sir.
True?
Yes, sir.
False.
I'm guessing, but
Government-
sounds like false.
Central government.
Because
Central
government will be more interested in such.
Yes, central government. RBI इसलिए भी नहीं करेगा because it's talking about insurance also, financial institutions, and PSB तो है, but insurers also are there. So it is the central government that is nominating. And a business person can be the chairperson of FSIB.
True,
Of
sir.
repute. True.
True?
Yeah. Of repute though.
Huh. सही बात, विजय माल्या को तो नहीं बनाएंगे,
Yeah.
बट बिजनेस पर्सन कैन बी। अब डाउट कहाँ आया? बिजनेस पर्सन को क्यों बनाएंगे? इट शुड बी सम ब्यूरोक्रेट और some regulator kind of person, but business person also can become. At least, or any person who has got at least 30 years of experience in public administration can become the chairman. True or false?
25.
False.
False. 25 years. ठीक है, अब यहाँ देखो, this is where IAS officers get covered. Okay, this is how they secure their post-retirement jobs. Anywhere you find administration written as experience, that's for IAS.
Parking post.
Okay, Indradhanush mission is regarding which sector?
Banking.
Good. Ministry of Agriculture plays an important role in the Digital India mission. True or false?
It does play a role. Yeah.
False.
Why?
Also,
Why false, Amit?
I don't think it is a major part. Then we
It
have
plays an
IT Ministry
important
of,
role.
yeah, important role, not a major role.
So the question is an important. So are you saying important and major?
Or different. It's about the stake. How many percentage of stake it plays in the importance level.
So agriculture, like in what way are you saying that it's the stake is less? If we talk about the beneficiaries, it will be the
Yes, sir.
largest,
KVKs and
right? Because 2/3 of India's population is dependent on agriculture. So Digital
Yes.
India Mission, ENAM, etc.
None accounts.
Jandan accounts, right? So
Mm.
all ministries that are there, 9 pillars are there. Okay, early
Yes, sir.
harvest programs is related to agriculture. All are playing an important role.
Mhm.
Okay, so the statement was Ministry of Agriculture plays an important role in the implementation of Digital India. That's a correct statement. Yes.
Yes, sir.
तो क्या problem है? ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
All ministries, health, agriculture, education, they are playing an important, finance, they're playing an important role. Okay.
Yes.
So this statement actually depends on the phrasing. If this kind of statement comes, you have to look for what kind of words are being chosen and what is the how hard the words are, what is the scope of the statement. Based on that, you'll have to answer this particular statement if it is asked in this way. Bhashini is associated with
vernacular languages.
Indian languages.
Is it associated with Digital India?
Yes.
Yes.
The MMDR Act was passed in which year? In 2015. Every district will have a district mineral foundation under the MMDR Act. True or false?
False.
What is the correct statement?
Only those districts that are affected by mining activities.
The DMF, the District Mineral Foundation, will be established by the central government. True or false?
True.
State government, sir. State government, I think.
Yes. State government. DMF, state government. The objective of the DMF is to promote mining in the state.
False.
Okay. What is the correct statement?
Welfare of the community that gets
Yes.
affected by the mining.
Yes, yes. So although it, the name District Mineral Foundation is confusing. If you don't know, if you're not aware of what it does, you'll be torn between whether it is pro industry or pro the community. Center government gives directions regarding the composition and utilization of funds by the DMF.
True, under the new changes that were brought in.
DMF funds are lapsable.
False.
Non-lapsable.
Non-lapsable. Which mineral is the largest contributor, the single largest contributor to DMF funds?
Coal.
Coal.
Coal or lignite. DMF funds are not tied to any scheme.
True.
True.
How much share of the DMF funds should mandatorily go to the high priority areas?
Maybe 50%. Not sure.
60.
60.
At least 60. Which ministry has launched the Pradhan Mantri Khanij Kshetra Kalyan Yojana?
Mines.
Yes.
Mines.
When was, okay, coffee is a crop that is native to India. The wild varieties were native to India.
False.
False.
So what is the correct statement?
Brazil.
Native to Brazil.
No, sir. From Middle East or the China? Out of this,
Argentina or Brazil.
Okay, forget about where it is native to. Although we should know where crops are native to because palm oil and other things have been asked. Yeah, moringa or a question tha drumstick moringa. When was coffee brought to India?
World War II period, no? So 1940s, brought during the World War II period.
Coffee was brought to India during World War II.
sir, I think
Something
it's
with
in
relation to
1400s period, sir.
1400.
I think so, sir.
No, during colonial period 1600 है.
Colonial कहाँ से हो गया 1600? Okay, fine. Like it was pre-colonial, we can say. Just the beginning.
After advent of Europeans in here.
So 1600 AD. It was 1600.
Okay.
So you can say this is the late 15th century, 16th century. That was the time when coffee was introduced in India, not officially, okay? This was by Baba Budan. He smuggled coffee from Middle East, from Yemen. Official introduction was much later. After, it has to be after 1600 only. In the initial period, it says 1600 AD, Baba Budan brought coffee beans from Yemen. Where did he plant those seeds?
Karnataka region.
Karnataka. So, because
Good.
there is a Baba Budan Hills in Karnataka.
Good, shabash. Where? Chandragiri Hills, okay? Chandragiri Hills. British started commercial plantations in the 18th century. Fine. Now these kind of history-based questions can be asked. Tea was brought by the British. Wild variety of tea were found in India in the Brahmaputra region, but they were actually जो commercial plant हुआ था, it was brought from China.
China.
And in the 18th century only, in that period only, it started. Similar is coffee. In the 18th century, much later, it started commercially. Okay. How many total varieties of coffee are there in the world? Broad, well-known varieties. 4. Okay. Robusta, Arabica, Liberica, and Excelsa. These are the, don't need to remember the name, just for you I'm telling. These are the 4 broad varieties of coffee grown globally. Out of these, how many are grown in India?
2.
Okay. The statement is, all varieties of coffee are grown in India. True or false?
False.
Okay. Any other answer? This is the last question for today. Any other answer? Only
I
2
don't think
varieties.
so.
The question is, all varieties of coffee are grown in India. All the 4 major varieties of coffee are grown in India. Is it a true or a false statement?
False.
Why?
Not every plant is suitable for our condition.
The 4 broad varieties I'm saying. I'm not saying every variety of coffee is grown in India. I'm saying the 4 general broad varieties which I told you, global varieties. All 4 of these are grown in India. Geographic conditions, yes, you're right. So my inclination would be to mark this statement as correct, because the statement says the 4 broad varieties, all of them are grown in India. Even if one on a small piece of land, a variety Excelsa is grown, it will be counted in this statement, right or wrong? We are not saying all 4 varieties are grown commercially in India. Commercially, majorly, we have 2 varieties. But this statement says all the major varieties of coffee are grown in India. This is a correct statement. No? Chances of it being correct are higher, because to say that all 4 varieties are not grown in India, don't you need specialized knowledge?
So in case if it even if it is possible, if it is grown in a small piece of land, if it is able to grow, then why don't they make it a commercial crop also? All 4 varieties.
There can be different reasons for that. There could be multiple
Profitability.
reasons. Multiple reasons. Maybe the growth condition, maybe the infrastructure required, maybe the sensitivity of the plant is such that on a large scale, it might be difficult to do
Cost
that.
of production might be high.
Could be cost of production, processing facilities, many reasons could be there. But we need to make, and this is an approach which will help you solve many statements. What I'm trying to share with you. You have to look at the scope of the statement, because specialized knowledge, the principle is you are not supposed to have specialized knowledge. You cannot have specialized knowledge, and anything that requires specialized knowledge to answer will be negative, right? Has to be incorrect, because there's a general level exam. So to say that 4 varieties are not grown in India, you are basically saying that only 2 varieties are grown, which is given in your books, but the other 2 are not grown at all. It basically means that, right? If I rephrase this statement, it will be what? Only 2 varieties are grown and the other 2 varieties are not grown at all. in India. This would be the statement, na? Rephrasing. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand this, the second statement?
Yes, sir.
So you get my
Yes.
point, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Many statements are like these. You go through when we launch the elimination course, we are going to discuss these things in across many questions, but as you see the questions yourself also you can notice, right? So guys, that will be all in today's oral test. We already did like 1.5 hours in the current affairs class. So 30 minutes, I think more than 30 minutes already we've given to this. Then it has to be, you know, some days it will be 1 hour, the oral test, some days it might be lesser also, depending on what we are doing, okay, how much we are covering. So overall, the object will be that we are revising everything that we have studied at least 2 to 3 times before the exam, right? So that ways we'll go through. And also it is not possible that I will be able to ask every single thing that is there, what we study as important in your magazine, that I'll be asking every single thing. No, forget about asking every one of you who joined the test. Not all of you will be asked the question, that will not physically possible. Even asking everything that I tell as important is not possible, right? So will the focus of these tests is surprise, the element of surprise. You could be asked anytime. That should be the motivation for reading. And the current affairs classes are already there to help you identify what is important and what is not. This is the philosophy, this is the pedagogy of this course. Okay, so we'll stop for today. Tomorrow we have already the schedule given. It was good that more people have joined today's current affairs class. Come well prepared tomorrow. We have a fixed schedule, and at 3 p.m. we'll continue. Okay.
Tomorrow we'll do that PT 365.
हाँ, August आज खत्म हो गया. Tomorrow, guys, we will be doing PT 365, the polity and constitution file, not the update file. Okay, one is polity and constitution, one is update file. So just the polity and constitution, it has got, I think, around 60 pages. So that file we are going to start tomorrow. I'm hoping to finish it by Sunday. Thank you for joining today. See you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.